This is Reynolds Podcast, The Creative Mindset. Hi everyone, welcome to The Creative Mindset, a podcast about what the future holds at the intersection of creativity and technology. I'm Ray Namoto, the founding partner of I&Co, a global innovation firm based in New York, Tokyo, and Singapore. On this podcast, we explore the creative mindset of the world's top creative practitioners from various industries and explore ways for staying relevant in the 21st century. In addition to the in-depth conversation with each guest on the show, we have a lightning questions segment where we ask each guest to react intuitively to a handful of simple questions on the spot. It often reveals unexpected truth about them as real human beings just like us. You really enjoy it. So let's get started.
Lightning questions.
During the interview, we dig deep into different topics surrounding creativity. On the contrary, with this section, we ask the same questions to the guests to react on the spot, and we don't let them see the questions in advance. Rapid fire questions. Question number one, if you weren't doing this marketer work, what else could you see yourself doing?
I would love to help students study abroad. And the reason I say that is that I studied abroad in Italy, and back in the time that I studied abroad, I had to jump through so many hoops. I had to withdraw from this school, enroll in that school. I went to Florence, and I had a place to stay for a week, during which time I had to find roommates in an apartment. And it was very overwhelming. It was also very, life-defining experience. But I had said, oh my gosh, this is an experience every college student should have. And it's so difficult and daunting that most kids don't, because it's not easy. So I feel very fortunate that so much of my career has been spent working on behalf of global brands. I feel like everybody should have a point of view outside of the world they live in. And I think my college study abroad experience played a big role in that. And I would love to help every college student have the same.
Cool. Question number two, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
I would live in Italy. My mom was born in Italy. She moved to the States when she was 7. Every time I'm there, I just feel this cultural and spiritual connection to it. And I also just love how, if you live in Europe, it's so easy to get around to other countries and experience other cultures. And the food is the best, and the lifestyle, it's all about, they're not trying to be the powerhouse of the world. They're just trying to enjoy time with family and good food, and their way of living is very nice.
All right, question number 3, next place that you want to travel to?
I really want to go to Southeast Asia. That's a part of the world that I have not been to. And, probably actually I would say the Philippines. My husband is half Filipino, and his mom, much like mine, she came over to the States when she was 6 years old. And there's a lot of family that's still in the Philippines. And it's just such an incredible culture. I love being married into a Filipino family. And I feel like there's this part that is, part of my children that I want to go and see and experience. And it looks so beautiful. And again, being in places where family and food are at the center of the culture are places I like to be.
Yeah. Question number 4, what's your favorite food?
Well, I feel like I've already teed up that Italian food is my favorite, but taking that one a step further, I would say if I were on a deserted island and I could only take one main ingredient, it would probably be basil, because I'm obsessed with pesto. Like any pesto dish, it could be on chicken, it could be in pasta, but basil and me are buddies.
Question number 5, what's your favorite type of music or song?
I have a pretty big range of music. I'll say the only music I don't like is country, if I'm honest, but I like everything else. And I still love my EDM, always have, always will. And equally, just last Friday, we were in the city for a concert by this band called The Drums, which is this little indie surf band that's amazing. And I love live music. I think it's really, it moves the soul. We took the kids as well, and they were the only children at the show, but they had the best time.
Question number 6. What's the biggest turning point in your life?
Honestly, the study abroad experience was transformative for me. I think that's why I say in a different life I would find a career in that space. I think it just really fortified my independence and my curiosity and my love of learning other cultures and understanding how much more connected we are than not around the world. And I came back a changed person for sure.
Question number 7. What is your superpower?
I think my superpower is my leadership. I think I'm a good leader. I think that people enjoy being on my team because I am really focused on leading with head and heart. And I feel like, sometimes heart in business is frowned upon, but for me, that's what makes me a really effective leader. I lead with compassion and connection and team mentality and a desire to have fun. And so I think leadership, and I used to think about leadership just in the context of professional, but I realize now how much I'm a leader in my own sort of personal community as well. Like this morning we had, it was first day of school for the kids, and I started a tradition a few years ago where we do a little donut party for all the kids on the block to celebrate the first day of school. And everybody loves it, and it's so special and fun, and it just makes the kids excited. And, so I've started to realize that's not just a trait that I possess in my professional life, but it's sort of in my being.
Awesome. Last question for you, Julie. What is creativity?
Creativity is being open-minded and leading through passion and emotion instead of just looking at the world through rational eyes. It's looking at the world through a kid's eyes almost, I feel like being a parent has reawakened my perspective on creativity in a lot of ways, because you just kind of forget how kids are curious about everything and their imagination is insane. Like the things that my kids create and the ideas that they come up with, it's infectious. And so I feel like it's just about creativity for me is putting to one side all of the rational thinking and just losing yourself in the what if.
So that was the lightning questions. Hope you enjoyed this segment as much as I did. If you're listening to this on Spotify, there's a Q&A field, so please do send us your questions and comments. And if you like our podcast, please leave us a 5-star rating. We'll be so grateful. I'm Ray Namoto, and this is The Creative Mindset. See you next time.